You see, when you get to these states, it's all about your consciousness traveling from your physical body to your emotional body, and the sensual body, from the physical to the etherosensual body, and from the sensual body to the emotional body. It's an ascent of your consciousness from the emotional body to your mental body, the body of thought, the mental body to the intellectual body, from the intellectual to the intuitional body, and then to the soul body. You see? So all these are the ascent of consciousness through ever more refined and ever more expanded spheres of consciousness. You see, the self or the soul, the spark, the spirit, encased in the soul, will travel through ever more refined and ever more expanded spheres of consciousness to get to the core of one's own being, to get to the God essence, which lies at the core of one's own being. So in these various stages, I've always enlikened, the effort of yoga, the movement of consciousness, to a rower and his boat. So what is concentration like? Concentration is the repeated practice of bringing your attention back to the object of your meditation. But every time you do this, it's like, it's an effort. It's like when a person is rowing a boat with effort, it is like concentration. The effort is bringing the attention back, to the soul, to the object of one's attention. That is your consciousness. Okay? Then from your consciousness, your thoughts go outward and you bring it back. So rowing with effort is like concentration. Concentration, rowing with effort. This is very important to understand. And as you row with effort, you become so used to it that your movement becomes effortless. You don't have to. The momentum is effortless, which is meditation. So these are various means. Concentration is like rowing with effort. Meditation is with rowing effortlessly, where the rows and the oars become one. Samadhi is like samyam, when the rower and the oar of the rower become one. And then enlightenment is when both the boat and the rower of the boat vanish into the ocean of consciousness. So it is concentration, meditation and samadhi. Now during these stages, we go through various stages. The first stage of samadhi is called the samadhi of logical introspection. It is like an incerning between the object you are fixed on. You're fixed on an object of Lord Shiva. And then your thoughts are only focused on four things. You look at the object of Lord Shiva. You think about the attributes of Lord Shiva. And so on and so forth. Then your thoughts are moving between the attributes of Lord Shiva. What are the Lord attributes? Compassion, mercy, destroyer of all evil. Say you have these attributes. So this is called Vitarka Samadhi. Then from that you reach an intermediate state of Nirvitarka Samadhi, where the physical form of Shiva is there with attributes. Now the physical form of Shiva is only there at the first stage of Samadhi where you're totally fixed. You partially become Shiva at the first stage of Samadhi, Vitark, and then in Nirvitark Samadhi, you totally become one with Shiva, so there's no Vitark. You are one with him, you're experiencing his form, the moon on your head. You are absorbed at once. Your concentration, meditation and Samadhi have become one. Then in the Vichar Samadhi, which is deep introspection, deep focused awareness, you have passed from the first stage where your consciousness is partially his physical form, effortlessly, and then it totally becomes his physical form. Then as you go into the next Samadhi, which is the Vichar Samadhi of deep, unflowing, focused awareness of thought. Focused awareness of thought is you cross over the physical body and get to a deeper state where you go to the attributes, which is Vichar and Nirvichar. That is a focused awareness. You're partially focused and your awareness becomes his quality. Of sacrifice, destroyer, redeemer. You are partially that. Your form is that, but you have partially inherited the quality. And in that second stage of Vichar Samadhi, you totally inherit his quality of destroyer, redeemer. He destroys the negativity and redeems the ego at this level of awareness. But this is for thoughts, for the physical form, the first stage. For the random thoughts, they all focus on Shiva and become totally Shiva in thought and form. Third stage of Samadhi is Anand Samadhi, Anand and Niranand. Then when you go into the Anand Samadhi, then you have his physical form, you have become his thought of redemption and sacrifice. You become, now you have to become his attributes beyond the thoughts of his good qualities, of the Savior, of the joy that he emits, bliss, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, the beautiful Shiva, the Lord Shiva giving joy after he redeems, after he destroys all the negativity and is in the process of redeeming you. The next higher stage is he gives you the bliss. Then you lose or you absorb his physical form and his thoughts and go to the positive attribute of joy. That is, thought forms are to be conquered here. All thought and form are of Shiva. So your thoughts are of him, your form, physical form is of him, your subtler thoughts are of him, and your attribute of joy, Satchid Ananda. So Anand is also yours in the third stage. Is that clear? Your understanding? That's the deeper stage of Samadhi. Here your Rajasic ego and your negative egos are both destroyed. The neutron and protons are both destroyed. Neutrons are destroyed in the first stage of Samadhi and the protons are destroyed in Anand Samadhi. That is the Rajasic thoughts. Now the fourth stage of Samadhi, this is all the Samadhi of Savikalp Samadhi, the Samadhi with attributes. Three-dimensional Samadhi. Fourth stage of Samadhi is the Samadhi of Asmit Samadhi. After Anand and Niranand, You get to asmit samadhi. There your consciousness expands and you feel that you are a part of his existence, consciousness and bliss. But you don't feel you are a whole of it as yet. And after you go deeper and deeper, from being a part of his existence, his consciousness and his bliss, a part of the mind and matter of the whole of creation, as you go deeper, then you become the universal, undifferentiated fabric of radiant ether and light, where you are his existence, consciousness and bliss in its entirety, in its wholeness. This is the fourth stage of the three-dimensional samadhi. And here ends the three-dimensional samadhi. No bliss on this earth can be greater. No fortune can be bigger. And no blessings can be more peaceful and satisfying than this stage of Savikalpa Samadhi, which is called the Asmit Samadhi or Savikalpa Samadhi. Here you have known God entirely through the crystal mind, your pure mind. You can see God through your pure mind very clearly in all its details. But you are still in the third dimension. Your state is very high. You are then known as the Prakriti Laya Purush, means the divine soul who has merged himself in all the atoms of creation and can feel himself vibrating in every atom of creation to the far limits of the mind and matter of the universe. It's a very great stage. But still you are seeing God as Satchidananda, existence, consciousness and bliss. But still you are seeing him through divine mind. So you have to break the mirror of the mind to get to the state of divine consciousness, which is beyond the three-dimensional limits of the mind and matter of this universe. You are still in the rings pass not. You have not passed the rings pass not. And this is the stage where you can see the entire Kutastha Chaitanya of creation. And individually within you, you can see it as the pale, intense golden rim, the blue center, and the central point of the five-pointed star. So you see Father as the star, Son or Krishna consciousness as the blue, and the Creator as the golden rim in all its entirety. You are able to grasp the whole of creation and all its mysteries. In you, you see Kutastha Chaitanya. And you are in the stage of Savikalpa Samadhi. Everything that it can be thought of can be active in this creation. Everything that can be thought of or spoken of, thought, word and deed, is known to you. And your mind has become as pure as purity itself. It then becomes Ritambara, means the bearer of truth. The mind is the holder of the truth of creation. Nothing is hidden from your sight. Whatever you focus your mind on, that mystery shall be known unto you. But you are still in the great Maya. You have not passed the rings, pass not. Because your divine mind, no matter however pure and clear, is still a divine mind. And that mind is held in bondage by the relativity of the universe. You are still in relativity. Now, the next transition, which is the quantum leap, you have to exit from relativity to reality. And to exist and to exit from relativity to reality, individually you must penetrate the five-pointed star of your third eye, which is called the Kutastha Chaitanya. The Chaitanya has to be penetrated because your mind is so crystal clear that it is called the bearer of divine truth, which means Ritambara, the bearer of divine truth. It has all the knowledge of all the stars and all the planets and all science, all what human beings think, all what they do. All the wealth of the universe is at your feet. All the joy is within your reach. But that which is incomprehensible is not in your reach, because you have a perfectly divine mind called the bearer of truth, the Ritambara. And it is so crystal that you can even perceive God through your crystal divine mind as Sat Chit Anand, existence, consciousness and bliss within this entire three-dimensional world. You are totally self-realized at this stage of Savikalpa Samadhi. But you are not as yet God-realized. Now to get to the stage of God-realization, you must pass through the tunnel of the timeless time and the lightless light and the causeless cause. The tunnel of the causeless cause and the timeless time and the lightless light is the tunnel of the 5-star of the third eye. The 5-pointed star, which represents the 5 elements, the 5 tanmatras. Now here the challenge is that if you try to penetrate the star, you will be unsuccessful, because any desire or any effort will contaminate your journey to the spotless, nascent unknown, the immaculate. This has to be an immaculate conception from the three-dimensional relativity, the world of three-dimensional relativity, to the we know not what of the supreme reality. So if you make an effort, it is a desire to reach that state of the solitary singularity. So you will not be able to penetrate the star. If you do not make the effort and just be in awareness, you will be where you are because you are making no effort. So this is the catch-22, the dichotomy of reaching the supreme God, from self-realization to God-realization. If you try, you will not succeed. It's a desire. If you don't try, you will not succeed, because it's a desire of not trying. So you have to have no desire for trying and no desire for even not trying. You just have to be the beingness of your being. And then will come a time where all your past good karma and good deeds will be marshaled up before the Supreme, the Divine Mother. And she will remove herself. She is the ultimate sound of the Om, the sound of creation. Now you must remember that all your desires have been removed in thought, word and deed. Your single random desires have been cleared from your mind's lake. Your thought forms have been cleared from your mind's lake. Your remembered experiences have been cleared from your mind's lake. But the remembered experiences of your past lives have not been cleared from your mind's lake, and your debt to creation has not been cleared. So therefore that debt to creation will be cleared after you get to this stage and wait. You only have to wait. And then your past life debts, when you penetrate the star, by the grace of the Guru and the grace of the Divine Mother, this happening shall take place. The happening of Dharma Meg Samadhi. will come first. And then all, if I may call it, the veil, not all desires, because you've already cleared desires, the veil shall be removed. The great veil of the three-dimensional world shall be removed. And the removing of that veil will clear you, will get you into the clear, lightless light. When that veil is removed, then you will start going through the tunnel. And then you will reach a stage called the seedless Samadhi, where even your past life experiences shall be removed. But for that you will constantly have to go into seedless Samadhi and back again, because past life experiences will pull you down. So this is known as temporary Nirvikalp Samadhi or temporary Asampratnyat Samadhi. But when all your past life has been cleared, even if you go through the tunnel, you will be coming back. Go through the tunnel, coming back. Then after that is cleared, then you reach a permanent state of Nirvikalp Samadhi or permanent state of Asampratnyat Samadhi, which is called the seedless Samadhi. Now even in the seedless Samadhi, as you stand before the solitary singularity, very similar to the solitary singularity, yet not one with it. This mystery nobody knows. Because that mystery, the gunas themselves, of which the whole creation is made, not remembered experiences of your past lives, but the remembered experiences of the past life and of the beginning of the creation, the beginning of Big Bang, which is called the three gunas, the electrons, protons and neutrons, the subatomic particles. Their subtle aspect is sattva, raja and tama gunas. And when those gunas are removed, then you merge into the solitary singularity and are God realized. This is a very subtle subject, and I must say, I have not explained this perfectly. It's really very difficult in words to explain this, and really very few people know that when they have gone into the solitary singularity of Kaivalya, do people return or do they not return? This is the mystery which only he knows, about whom we know nothing. So what I mean to say is, even people after they have God realized, they reach the seedless Samadhi. Beyond the Dharmameg, they reach the seedless Samadhi. That is Nirbij Samadhi. Before Nirbij and this thing stands the Pratiprasad. So after they go into Pratiprasad, that is the whirling back of all creation into its vortex. That is the stage where causation, space and time even don't exist. Causation, space and time don't exist even after the first stage. When you reach Nirvik Samadhi also, they don't exist. That you are God realized. But even beyond that, there's the stage of the total merger. And these are the stages. Then consciousness, pure consciousness, the spirit of pure consciousness meets he about whom we know nothing. And he is all blessed. So to make an effort to penetrate the star is not a good idea. To not make an effort is not also a good idea, because the idea itself comes into way. You just have to be. Just have to be, and even not want, not have the desire to be one with God, not have the desire to be one with God, nor have the desire to be one with God, but just wait for Guru Krupa. Guru Krupa, you mean Parabrahma, where his Krupa, where his grace. Grace is not the correct, it's too shallow a word. I need something heavier. I don't know. Where his Gurutva Akarshan, where his gravity, the import of his grace shall descend upon you. And by the very gravity of the happening, you shall penetrate the star. First is the individual star, and then is the cosmic star, which lies at the center of the singularity of every galaxy. And there's a super singularity in the middle of creation. Having penetrated that, you are in eternal bliss and unspeakable, unknown joy and truth. which cannot be described in any human words nor any divine words. This is the journey of the soul consciousness through various stratas of the individual, physical body, then sensual body, emotional body, mental body, intellectual body, intuitional body, spiritual body, then going to the cosmic, merging into the cosmic physical body, the cosmic, then transcending and realizing cosmic physical body, then the cosmic sensual body, the cosmic emotional body, the cosmic mental body, the cosmic intuitional body, intellectual body, the cosmic intuitional body, and the cosmic spiritual body. And then merging into
So at that point, the ahankar dissolves.
Merging into
Ahankara is long back.
After that,
Long back at your physical ego you're talking about. I'm talking about dissolving the ego of the cosmos. That is
Guruji, merging into infinity?
huh?
Merging into last? I didn't understand. Infinity?
Infinity you will come back after there are 7 infinities, in creation. First infinity you merge into in Savikalp Samadhi only, as a Prakriti Laya Purush, like a Paramahansa. There's first the Videha Purush, at the 3rd stage of Ananda Samadhi, and then at Asmit Samadhi there's the Prakriti Laya Purush. And from the Prakriti Laya Purush, you pass on to the thing of the complete gods. Means you pass beyond the stage of gods. You pass beyond 3 dimensions, you pass beyond the stage of the Devas.
So
Yes.
when you die, you dissolve into the universe, and when you have samadhi.
You don't have to die. You have to expand your consciousness to that stage.
But what's the difference between when you have samadhi and when you die and dissolve into the
When you die, your body is eaten up by the worms or burnt in the fire into ashes. Because you're still identifying yourself with the body, and your soul is in slumber because it hasn't been awakened by Kriya Yoga. But now you are awakening your soul by Kriya Yoga. Normal human being who dies, that's his fate. His mind goes to sleep with his body and his soul goes to sleep with his mind. You have to keep your mind awake. Even after the body dies, you can see people cremating your body and you can look at it like this. Oh death, where is thy sting? Oh grave, where is thy victory? This you stay at the end of Savikalp Samadhi, it's Asmit Samadhi only. So there's an individual star to penetrate and there's a cosmic star to penetrate. Individual star is penetrated after Satchidanand, after the state of Savikalp, you go to the individual. But there are states after that which are cosmic states. Yes.